Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the hockey world lately. And no, it's not about the latest trade rumor involving a big-name superstar. Instead, it's about a move that, on paper, might seem understated but could be a game-changer for the Minnesota Wild. I'm talking about the potential addition of Michael Bunting. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, why are we even discussing this? Let me tell you, this is one of those moves that could fly under the radar but end up being a masterstroke. Here's why. First off, let's address the elephant in the room. The Wild's struggle with secondary scoring. It's no secret that Kaprizov and Boldy are the engines driving this team's offense. But what happens when they're shut down? Personally, I think this is where the Wild's playoff runs have hit a wall. They need someone who can step up when the top guys are neutralized, and that's where Bunting comes in. What makes this really interesting is that Bunting isn't just a one-trick pony. He's not going to score 40 goals a season, but he brings a mix of net front presence, agitation, and opportunistic scoring that the Wild desperately need. Now, let's talk about that net front presence. If you've watched the Wild in recent years, you've probably noticed they're often too perimeter-oriented. They move the puck well, but they don't create enough chaos in front of the net. Bunting thrives in those high-traffic areas. He's willing to take hits, screen the goalie, and pounce on rebounds. In my opinion, this is exactly what the Wild need to diversify their offense. Instead of relying solely on rush chances or clean zone entries, they could start cycling the puck down low, creating those second and third opportunities. And let's be honest, in playoff hockey, that's how you win games. But here's the thing, Bunting isn't just a grinder. He's got a bit of an edge to his game, and that's something the Wild could use more of. They've tried to establish themselves as a hard-to-play-against team, but they've lacked that consistent irritant who can get under opponents' skin while still contributing offensively. Bunting does that effortlessly. He draws penalties, forces mistakes, and keeps defenders on their toes. What many people don't realize is that this kind of player can completely change the momentum of a game, especially in a tough division like the Central, where every matchup feels like a playoff game. From my perspective, Bunting's versatility is another huge plus. He can slot into the top six alongside Boldy or even play with Kaprizov in certain situations to provide that net front presence. Or, he could anchor a third line that brings energy and chips in 15 to 20 goals. That kind of flexibility is gold for a team still trying to figure out its forward combinations. And let's not forget the impact he could have on younger players. Bunting's style is all about urgency and physical commitment, and that's something you can't teach. It sets a tone for the entire team. Now, let's talk about the financial side of things. The Wild are still navigating cap constraints, so they can't afford to throw big money at a player who might not move the needle. But Bunting? Here's a cost-effective solution. He provides tangible value without breaking the bank, and that's exactly the kind of move a team in the Wild's position needs to make. It's not flashy, but it's smart. Here's the bigger picture. The Wild aren't one player away from winning the cup, but they're close enough that the right additions could push them over the edge. Bunting might not be the flashiest name, but he fills a clear need, enhances their offensive diversity, and reinforces the physical identity they're trying to build. If you take a step back and think about it, these are the kinds of moves that separate playoff teams from contenders. It's about addressing weaknesses without sacrificing long-term flexibility. So, should the Wild gamble on Michael Bunting? Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. It's not about making a splash, it's about making a smart, targeted improvement. And in a league where the margins are razor-thin, that's exactly what matters. What do you think? Is Bunting the missing piece for the Wild, or is there someone else they should be targeting? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep the hockey conversations going.